People who've befriended the quiet kid in school, what things did you wish your other classmates knew about them? He was sitting on a rock at school by himself. I said if I see him there again I'm gonna tell him he can't. He's got to come hang out with us cause I didn't want to see him by himself anymore. He didn't have to talk to us if he didn't want to. I wasn't going to let him be a target to anyone. He integrated into our group nicely and quick. We all joked that because he's quiet he'll murder someone, mostly being me for making him be social, and he ran with the joke. His social skills weren't on par with the rest of us. One day we both got to school early, and we sat down where our group hung out together, and he turned around and told me his dad went to jail the night before. His father had been belting his mother for a few years and I think it stunted a lot of his social skills. We've been best mates for the past 15 years now. He's often the life of the party when we all catch up. I'm very proud of him. He talks a lot, even more than I do. He's just quiet at school. This is how I was in school, haha. I had a lot to say to those I felt comfortable talking to. As I grew older I got a lot more confident, so now most people wouldn't say I'm quiet unless we've literally just met. I think a lot of folks with symptoms of ADHD, or similar, will be like this. It takes exorbitant levels of energy and conscious concentration for them to filter themselves calculatedly. So it's either, you get a lot that spills through their filter, or, since that often precipitates poor responses from others, they just bottle up everything. Which still takes focus, but not as much. And a kid will get especially poor responses being talkative in school. Not saying your friend was on that spectrum, just this is probably what it is for lots of quiet/talkative kids out there. Why don't you talk much? Then I talk. Why do you say rude things? Reset to 1. For effing real. I've spent my entire life not speaking my mind. And just treating every interaction in real life like an interview. Decided I was sick of it and it hadn't seemed to do me any favors. I was wrong. It did me a lot of favors. One of the worst ones was a girl I was texting. I was trying to give her a compliment while speaking candidly. She cried for most of the day at work. Like WTF? I can't even compliment someone. I need to know what you said to her. Holy crap, that's me. That she was always so helpful, so sweet and so talented. Poor girl died because of a brain tumor when she was in her teens. I befriended her in junior high when she was diagnosed. Oh god, this reminded me of this girl Haley from high school. Super sweet, positive, and caring, but she clearly had something medical going on, and she just disappeared from school one day and I never heard about her again. I wonder where she is now. He was brilliant, ahead of his time, and the best friend I have ever experienced. He was tormented for being so smart. Our friendship was frowned upon because we were a boy and girl. He treated me like that didn't matter. 1956. When his family moved, I looked into their empty home and cried. This is sad. Do you at all know what he's up? Any way to get in touch? Unfortunately, he passed when he was 23. On the upside, I was able to contact his parents and sibling and tell them how grateful I was to have shared his friendship when we were children. Way to be a good friend. He took his time talking. It was unnerving at first but then kind of cool. Like he actually thought about every response he made and how those responses could be perceived. People can be cruel and pushy though because he seemed slow. It could be pretty bad. Einstein did that. He used to be mocked for how long he took to respond. He was just going through every possibility. Al, honey, does this dress make me look fat? I went through all 14,605 responses, and only one was unoffensive. You forgot the one with the emphasis on the not part. I wish my classmates knew that this quiet kid now visits me weekly at the restaurant I work for and orders his usual. He was the kid with a special instructor in each class, made fun of for it, among other things. Now he is independent and works/lives on his own. We bond over anime and Kingdom Hearts, which I tend to play the music of over the loudspeakers at work when he comes by. Edit. Thank you for my first awards. Give an old friend or the quiet kid a hello, you never know what bond may come of it. Got to time it so that as he settles his bill and gets up to leave, the loudspeaker belts out when you walk away. She was just shy because of her stutter. She didn't smell like they said and was insanely smart. She got married last Saturday, and I was her maid of honor. Edit, thank you for the awards. Wow. This is so nice to hear. Wish you all the best. As someone who stuttered really bad, I still do, but not to the same degree, I can relate. I just sometimes wish I was the quiet kid. I used to love talking to people, but would stutter profusely and would end up ridiculed like every effing day. Now, I don't like talking to people and am the quiet one until people know I have a stutter and I know they respect me well enough not to care. Congratulations to your friend, and I wish I had someone like you as a friend when I was a kid. The quiet kid at my school was 1 stupidly rich, 2 was wicked, into superheroes, 3 he was just an all-round good kid. One of the quiet kids at my school was also super rich. It was weird. Said he just didn't like most people and didn't enjoy talking to them. Wasn't social awkward either. All the richer jock types bragging about their 5-year-old cars their parents gave them. Then there was this single brand new AMG always parked in the front that he never bragged about. He constantly had on a different ultra expensive watch. To this day, the only time I have seen someone wearing a Patek Philippe was on him freshman year of high school. You went to school with Bruce Wayne? Beat me to it. They're not up to something just because they're quiet. And yes, they're fine, so stop asking them if they're okay or mad at you. It's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. Can't count the number of times I've heard that one. When you're a girl, it's the same but with creepy sexual undertones, rolling eyes face. The quiet ones are the ones who are the freaks/nastiest in bed, rolling eyes face. Being a quiet redhead growing up made me not ever want to speak to strangers for any reason, laughing my butt off. Women wanted my hair color/volume and men thought I was kinky. Couldn't go anywhere without comments about it from someone. And people wondered why I dyed the crap out of my hair as a teen. I heard you guys don't have souls. Is that true? Yes. I honestly effing detest the ha-ha quiet kid school shooting jokes. I befriended a shy, hardworking, and really smart student named Elizabeth, Beth for short. After a year of hanging out and her coming over to my house, she finally invited me to hers. I was stunned by what I saw. She was absurdly rich and wealthy. Her house wasn't a house at all, it was a mansion, and she lived in the wealthiest part of town. I was shocked and asked her why she was so quiet in school. She said, "I don't want to be friends with people who only see me as a free bank card." We're still friends to this day. I feel like I was the quiet kid, but kind of on accident. I wasn't shy or anything, I just didn't have a lot of friends, and in 8th grade I went through kind of weirdo rocker phase, so I think I intimidated a lot of my classmates. I think I became the pet project of one of the nice cool girls, because she became super friendly in our last hour. She noticed that I spent a lot of time writing and started asking about it. She thought it was fun, and I was eventually comfortable enough to share some of it with her, but she never badgered me about it or made fun of it. I don't know if she ever went back to her friends and made fun of me. If she did, I never heard about it. It was a small school. I would have, thanks, Allison. Allison is cool. All my homies appreciate Allison. Yeah, cheers for Allison. He was strong and smart but shy. Once he lifted me and another classmate off the floor in a hug. He can still do it, and he's good in class, only he has a hard time talking because he resents being too thin and tall. Physical 1.80. I am shy, not very strong and smart. But I've gotten a lot better in the last few years. Like 2 years ago I maybe could do 1 pull-up, now I do 2 often, sometimes even 3. Once she got comfortable, she was hilarious and had the most dirtiest minds with the most dirtiest jokes. It was awesome. I prefer quiet people. They're honest and upfront and no bullcrap, and they're not trying to be anybody else but themselves. Used to be a quiet kid. Say used to because I went to schools where I didn't speak the language. It was better to be quiet and observe everyone. Anyways, all you said is 100% true. Piece of advice: they're the easiest to trust, because they don't want to, or don't have the opportunity to talk about all the goody-goody gossip that happens. So secret is safe with them if you tell them some secrets. But remember that you don't ever F with quiet kids, because they will throw your butt under the bus if you piss them off. And everyone will believe it. Honestly, they're sometimes the best people. Doesn't judge, has cool hobbies, don't need to be forced to be cool around them. Overall cool people. My husband is the quiet one of the couple, and I'll never forget how a friend's father described him after we all spent Thanksgiving together. The dad pulls me aside and says, "SFJC, I like him. He's not the kind of man who needs to announce who he is." Hit the nail on the head. Honestly, they're sometimes the best people. Doesn't judge, has cool hobbies, don't need to be forced to be cool around them. Overall cool people. I was the quiet kid. I had 2 close friends. Around them, I was not quiet. Laughing out loud. I was the quiet kid. I would just let everyone know I'm enjoying the wallflower roll, no one messes with you, people just assume you are smart, and you can come to class stoned without anyone knowing. It's a good life. Why does everyone assume that if you're quiet you must be smart? I barely talk in class and I'm an effing idiot. Say nothing, and be thought an idiot, or open your mouth and remove all doubt. I married the quiet kid. He was the tall, dark and quiet type who happened to be a punk with a mohawk. A lot of people were curious about him, especially girls. But they didn't persuade him. I did. He's amazing, and if they had put in some effort they would have discovered the shy guy was the smartest and funniest in the room. Now I get to spend my life with someone way out of my league. Edit, thank you for the awards. Made my day. Cute. I helped the scrawny quiet kid find his voice. He is now the biggest loudmouthed, braggart, butthole I know, 32 years later. We were also friends with the biggest loudmouthed, opinionated, class clown, who married an overbearing shrew, and he turned into a mousy shell of his former self. Shakespeare doesn't have as many plot twists. About the same number of shrews though. When I see people like that, I never judge them, because I know people like them, maybe has something in the past forced them to be like the quiet kid, or maybe that's just their personality. For me, I was always pretty introverted, but it got worse in high school after my mom died during my freshman year. It was how I dealt with my depression and how heavily other things were weighing on my mind than petty school crap, basically. I literally had no mental energy to deal with school and definitely not socializing, so I just didn't do it. It becomes a habit very easily, and then it's harder to break the longer you do it because you get a lot of attention when you do speak, mostly kind of condescending attention. I felt comfortable socializing with my friends outside of a school environment, but at school I just could not do it. You ignored her, but she was always watching and listening. She was a nice kid, but if she hadn't been, she would have had a mental list of everyone's private conversations. What else was she supposed to do with no one to talk to during lunch and recess? So she just watched and listened. It became a habit until she knew little secrets about almost everyone. She never told them unless it was relevant to the conversation, but I knew that she knew. One day she just disappeared from school and never came back, and I think I am the only one who remembers she ever existed. That last line, goddamn. I befriended someone in my class who were bullied. I also bullied him a bit before I got to know him. I felt sorry for him though. So since we were going to be in the same class for 3 years, I started bringing him along to parties and gatherings with my friends. Helped him fit in more and get to know more people. He is one of my best friends now. Also, one of those more trustworthy of my friends. He is still weird, but not in a negative way. Love that dude. Don't bully or judge people by appearance. He used Reddit. I was the quiet kid, but for some reason everyone tried to be my friend. I did have friends, but for whatever reason, In every class I didn't have friends, and there would be at least 3 or 4 people just talking to me in a friendly manner, not trying to make me do anything, or say anything, but just because they think I have no friends, so they make me want to feel accepted by being friendly. Me, of course, being an extreme introvert except to my closest friends, would try to finish any conversation as quick as possible. Can I answer this as someone who used to be the quiet kid? I'd want other classmates to know that it's rude to request me to say things, just for your amusement. I get it, I'm quiet. I've heard about it almost every day for years. That doesn't give you the right to treat me as a trained circus animal that does tricks. Original poster replies. I can totally relate to this. And when you do finally say something, they act as if they've just witnessed one of the 7 wonders of the world. When I was in high school, this popular boy was in my study period, literally 2 desks back, and whispering to a girl next to him. See that girl over there? She never talks. Her really? Him nope, never. Me, you know I can hear you. They both looked a little shocked, and the girl slapped the kid, laughing my butt off. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.